Hey, before I start the video, I just want to let you guys know that this guy made a better tutorial, and it's for console players, so I'd recommend you guys go watch this first. It has some good stuff for everybody, and I'll be building upon it.
Knock the ball
So yeah.
on crossbar and get back to it. But look at Mawkzy's flicks. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
My man Mawkzy really is ridiculous. All of his shots have pretty insane power, and I've been trying to figure out how to do this for months, so I'm gonna see if I can help you guys figure it out as well. So these are some of the shots that I've been hitting, just in free play. I wanted to show the KM per hours as well, because that's pretty important. If you do this shot right, you basically multiply whatever speed the ball is at times 1.5, which is a huge increase, and how Mawkzy can get his shots to like instantaneously just zoom. So hopping into free play, this is just like a random accumulation now of like shots that I did in 2.5 minutes, just so that you can see like how consistent you can get with these. Not all shots are super clean. Some of these are pretty scuffed, but you'll see that in general, like as long as you have the proper technique down, you can get like a shit ton of power off of these. And so this is basically just if you know how to do a 45 degree flick, it's pretty much like this. Except you do a little bit more turning in, and you use the air roll to get a hell of a lot more up. So I'll do a frame by frame right now. I don't have an overlay, so I'm just going to talk it out on this. The keystrokes have to be hit pretty quickly, kind of like a speed flip. But the lucky thing about it is that you can kind of visualize it as opposite directions. So like if you press D, in my case I press Q to air roll to the opposite side. And then when I need to backflip, or diagonal flip, sorry, I use the A and S, so I just drop my fingers down from Q to A and S, and that helps me get like a quick motion on that flip. So overall, it's like, it's not too hard once you get it. Part of the beauty of the Mawkzy flick is that you also get a much more flat arc when you hit it, just because you're not hitting it from underneath, but you're hitting it more from the side, or if you get a good enough rotation with your air roll from like the top down. A small cheat I like to use is jumping into the ball to help me turn quicker. That's how Mawkzy gets his turns really fast. And it also sets me up in a way where I can get more power from the shot. Here's Mawkzy's iconic 117 kph flick, and even in this one you're going to see where he hits it. It moves really fast in the replay, but when he does the actual flick, he's hitting it with that little top corner of his car. You'll see it right here from this angle, that he literally just gives it that little touch from the corner, and it's perfect. The other thing that I've noticed that adds power is that as you flick, sometimes you kind of bump into the ball a bit, which sends it forward and sets it perfectly up for your shot. If you're going at high speeds, it helps to boost into the ball to keep up with it, as long as you're carrying it properly. Now, like I said, the tutorial from the beginning does a good job of explaining how to carry the ball and all that stuff. Like, that's universal to console and PC. I honestly think that it's easier to flick on PC just because, I don't know, I'm used to it. But overall, like, this is just a good flick to know. So now I'm going to take this into ranked to kind of show. And so when you're doing flicks in ranked, just as always, you know, be smart about them. Don't go for a flick when you don't need to. If they're shadowing like this, and you have a lot of room to do, you can just flick it over their head, because the flick is so damn fast and they can't catch it. They just can't catch it because it's just moving so damn fast. So that's one way to use the flick. Also, if they're in net and they're camping, like, you can just flick it in there at max speed and they won't be able to save it because it's just ridiculous. There's not much else really to the shot. It's just like, you know, just directional air roll while you're turning to the other side. It's like a tornado flick almost. Except when you're on the side of the car, you just dodge into it, and that's really it. Hope this helped.